Everybody,
Hello.
welcome to the live stream.
Hi, John. Thanks for being here. Hi, Jips. Glad you made it over.
In Albania, the typical equivalent to cheers is gazor.
Gazor.
So gazor. Welcome to my live stream. We're going to talk about alcohol in Albania tonight. Please chime in. Obviously, Andrea, well, not obviously, but Andrea and I. We have two different channels and we have two different systems. So whenever we switch from her channel over to my channel, all of our equipment changes. So let us know if the microphones are working and everything's coming through clear. As we had some mic problems previously, but it's all different equipment now, different phones, cameras. The only thing that stays the same is the light and the laptop. So.
Alexi Scrabble Buddies here. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, Alexi.
Thanks for joining us. John Gowan, thanks for joining us. He says LOL, yep. So I guess that means the sound and everything's coming through okay.
He and I were talking about Cincinnati weather because he's in Cincinnati and that's where I'm from. And it's been very fickle. It was like in the 60s a couple days ago, but then it's down to freezing. Yeah, it's just all over the place.
Yeah, if you watched us on Andrea's live stream, we talked about, we've had a lot of significant flooding here. We had some, just a week of terrible rain. Then we had a beautiful snow.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
And then we had another horrible, windy rain today. But by Wednesday, it's supposed to be, in the 40s and sunny and, just beautiful.
I will say, though,
Hello,
I still
Jason.
feel like the weather here is so much more stable and consistent compared to Cincinnati.
Yeah, I lived in Ohio for a while as well.
Yeah. You can have every season and every type of precipitation in one day.
Yeah.
And that's not an exaggeration. Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. I'll say Michelle and Dan, because I'm sure they're probably both.
And Dan, yeah.
Probably sharing. You guys both need to get on your own devices so we get the extra view.
They typically do. Yeah, I typically see both of their screen names on here. And then we need to get Valentino on one, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So hello, everybody, again. Thank you so much. And Gazor to you as well. Today we're going to talk about alcohol in Albania, which is a predominantly Muslim country. But that doesn't really matter. So we'll get into that in a minute. First, we're going to talk a little bit. Dan is having technical difficulties. Okay, but Valentina's watching.
Yeah.
That's
all that matters.
Dan changed his name to Dan from Shenzhen instead of Blue Ridge Rider.
You just noticed that?
Oh, I think that's because he has a new YouTube channel.
He changed the name of his YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
He's rebranding, right, Dan? Do I have that correct?
He's no longer Blue Ridge Riders. He's no longer riding in the Blue Ridge, and now he's Dan from Shenzhen. So,
Dan just posted a really good video recently. For anyone that's thinking about moving to Albania, check out Dan from Shenzhen. It's a really great video. Talks about just a lot of his experiences with moving here, buying a car.
Yeah, particularly with dealing with his getting his Vespa here, which apparently was kind of a nightmare, and buying a car and all that stuff. So yeah, he says he's rebranding. So congratulations on the rebrand. Actually, I might be this. We're going to talk a little bit before we get into the alcohol thing. We're going to talk a little bit about my channel and its future. And one of the things I'm thinking about doing, and this will be my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube channel, my Patreon page, of which there's only two people on my Patreon page so far. One of them is you, and the other is James Lifehart. So shout out to James Lifehart. But I'm thinking about changing my branding because it's just my name, Craig Zivas. And when we've noticed this on other YouTube channels where we'll have a YouTuber we like, and it's like, oh, let's go to her or his channel. And it's like, well, what's their name? Because a name can be hard to remember. I'm trying to think of it. We watched this really cool channel. This guy who lives up in the Italian Alps, and he bought these stone ruins, has been rebuilding them over a few years.
Great channel.
Can't think of his name.
We can never remember his name.
No,
and his name is his channel name.
Right, and it's a weird name because he's from Amsterdam, so it's like a Dutch name. And of course, my name is weird, like Zivas. I'm the only Craig Zivas on the planet. And that's the name for all of my platforms. And I can imagine if someone were to say, oh, I recommend this guy who does these great history videos on Albania, it's Craig something, and they'll never find my channel. So
yeah, if you Google Craig, you get about 1,000 channels.
Exactly. So I'm thinking about rebranding. You might see it in the bottom corner of some of my newer videos to Craig Z Media. So feel free to chime in and let me know what you think about that brand name. I have my own little logo with a C and a Z in it, so I'm pretty happy with my logo. But I'm thinking Craig Z Media, and I think that's a lot easier to remember. I'm really hoping that I can use that to push my platform forward a little bit more and have a little bit easier name to remember. So unfortunately, the Russians have kind of ruined the Z, or the Z as they would say in Great Britain. Actually, I think most of the English-speaking world calls it Z instead of Z. But thanks to the Russians, that branding has been off-putting a little bit. But I think we're past that now to some degree. So yeah, Craig Z Media. Let me know what you think. I appreciate everybody's point of view, or if I should just keep my name. But I think I need to, if I really want to expand this channel, I need to change that and make it something that's a little bit easier to remember and follow. Part of the reason for that is I am entering some of my mini documentaries into DocuFest. Yay! And that is a film festival that is up in Prizren, Kosovo. So I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully, I've submitted 3 of my mini documentaries. My short history of Castoria, my Voskopoya video, the lost Byzantine commercial and cultural powerhouse in the Balkans, and my a medieval Byzantine monastery in Vlor in the Narda Lagoon.
Those are such great videos. If y'all haven't seen those yet, please check those out. I bet a lot of the people here have already seen them, but they're
please check those out.
Videos.
I would appreciate it.
Jip says, "We found you. Don't change it now."
Well, I mean, hopefully you're subscribed. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And all it'll be is a name change. And somebody said that CZ is a Czechoslovakia, well, it's not called Czechoslovakia anymore, a Czech Republic
Czech motor company. Dan said that, yeah.
And it is like my logo is CZ, but it's a different CZ. And the name would be Craig Z Media. And so that's how I've entered all these 3 documentaries into the film festival. And hopefully I will know something. I did some research on when I should have a decision, and it won't be until like late June or early July. And then the festival itself is in mid-August. So yeah, knock on wood. I'm kind of hoping, like I submitted 3. So hopefully the judges will look at that like, all right, well, we'll at least one of these get through. The guy submitted 3 films. So, cross your fingers for me. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed to my Patreon, please subscribe to that as well. First tier membership is free. And just trying to expand as much as I can. I have my Instagram, I've got Facebook. I have a TikTok, but I haven't started using it yet. Kind of saturated on platforms.
Yeah.
And then I have my Patreon, and I'm working on a website as well. That's coming along very slowly. Despite what people will say about how great Squarespace is, like, it can be difficult when you want to do certain things on it and it doesn't want to cooperate with you. So,
it's overly simplistic sometimes.
It's overly simplistic. And
they try to make everything so simple that when you want to do something more complex,
it won't let you.
It won't let you.
Yeah, or you have to be able to write code in order to do it.
Well, in my experience, like they don't let you put in your own code in most places. Like you can inject in the header and the footer, but not in the body, whatever. So when I was working on the website, I was trying to get that Craig Z Media logo onto it, and it didn't want to let me. It just wanted me to put my name there. Or it wouldn't let me do both. It wouldn't let me do both the name and the logo in the same header. And it was like, so I had to, what I ended up doing was creating a separate PNG file with my name and the logo all in one, and just putting that into the one space that they allowed. Yeah, Michelle was saying she has Squarespace and it's restrictive. Yeah, it is a little bit overly restrictive. Sure.
So,
Leslie Scrabble Buddy says, "I support you, kick ass at that film festival."
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So let's hope that I do. I have high hopes for it, and I've had to spend a lot of time re-editing, because if you've watched my videos, like all YouTube videos, at some point it's like, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and blah, blah, blah.
It's made for YouTube.
Made for YouTube. So I've had to go through and try and re-edit some of these things. And I didn't have the original files anymore because I'm out of hard disk space. So at one point I was like, oh, I'm not going to need all these extra individual files. I just need my finished product. And I deleted a lot of my content, with the exception of the finished product. So it's made it hard to go back and re-edit some of those and make it into what I want. So it's been a little bit of a struggle, but I'm getting there, and I got there. I've got them redone and submit it, and knock on wood, I'll hopefully be successful with it, and we'll see.
Yeah. So you said you'll find out in June or July?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that far out before they notified you.
Yeah, so the festival is mid-August. Again, it's in Prizren, Kosovo. It's called DocuFest. I mean, write them emails if you'd like. That'd be great. Say, hey, I hope you include Craig's films. They're really good. But they, so according to Gemini AI or whatever, it said typically you'll know something by sometime in June, and then I'll have to get together some additional materials, and I have to reformat some of it for big screen work, and so it'll be a little bit. If they accept any of them, there'll be a little extra work. You have to make a trailer and
that'll be fun,
and some print materials and some other things like that. So let's hope that I'm busy in June doing the finishing touches on these things. That would be really exciting just to get one submitted. And either way, I think both of us we're gonna attend that film festival.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun.
For sure.
And shout out to Alyaz and Julie. Alyaz, a friend of mine who lives here locally part-time. He is the one who turned me on to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where he and Julie either met or had their first date. So he was telling me that. So maybe we'll go do a double date with them up to the Prizren Film Festival. Yeah. Julie actually works in Kosovo. They both work for the UN, but she works in Kosovo and he works in Tirana here. And then they have a lake house here. And on the weekends, sometimes they come here. So shout out to Alyaz and Julie. I know he likes to watch my live streams. And I really appreciate it. So yeah. So that's the news with the channel. I do intend on putting my foot to the floor and really pushing ahead and trying to do more documentaries and just more content in general. Yeah. Maybe some more cooking. I have my guitar video, which has done terrible for some reason.
It's a really good video.
I was really proud of it. But I think it has less than like 300 views. So it did not do well.
It's hard to tell how something's going to trigger the algorithm. It can be a really great video. You put a lot of work into it, but it's not always going to grab the algorithm and be pushed out the way you'd think.
Yeah, so you never know. But my documentaries seem to do fairly well. And then the real estate stuff that I do has done exceedingly well. So there is another house in my village that's for sale, and the guy wants me to help him sell it. So hopefully when we get some decent weather and I get some good sunlight and some things like that, I'll be able to go and get some good video of that and create a little video on that house. And
which one is it? One across the street?
No, it is across the street, but it's down a couple from the last one. It's a nice little house. It doesn't have any real land with it. It's got a tiny little courtyard, but the land that's attached to it is not for sale. The land that's attached to it is across the street. And that's zoned agricultural anyway. So if you're a foreigner, you can't purchase it. It's going to be, it was €50,000. I believe it's 2 bedrooms. It's not huge, but it's a nice little place. And if you're interested in village life in Albania, it's on my street. We'd be neighbors. And it's a cute little house.
Then they can adopt your dog.
They could adopt my dog, yeah. So, I mean, I'm even thinking about maybe investing in it myself. Yeah. But that'd be a little bit of a stretch for me. So we'll see. But yeah, so I'm going to try and make more videos like that as well. And
Michelle says she loved the guitar video.
Thank you, Michelle.
And Jip says, I'll take it. All right, you have a new neighbor.
All right. So yeah, hopefully if the weather is good this week, I'm going to try and get over there and photograph and film it. And then, putting everything together takes several days. So, maybe next week or the week after, I'll have a video like my previous video on the house that was for sale, and do a nice little walkthrough and some drone shots of it, and shots of it's got a great view. Yeah, because
can you see the lake?
You can see. You can definitely see the mountain. You can see you can see the lake from my porch too, just when the apple trees aren't full.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to try and do more of that. Maybe add some cooking videos and just videos of anything that really sparks my interest in photography as well.
We found some really great Albanian recipes. We found an Albanian channel that teaches some Albanian cooking. So we're going to try some of these recipes and we'll make videos.
Yeah, and also since my channel is more or less like history oriented, particularly ancient history oriented, we're big fans of Tasting History with Max Miller. I think maybe we'll try to do a couple like Roman and Greek dishes as well. I think that would be a really good fit for my channel.
Says they are really interested in the house.
All right, Chip. Well,
should they contact you via your email?
Yeah, all my contact information is in my channel description. And so is Andrea's channel, which is New Life Albania. So if you're not subscribed to her channel, she does a lot of videos, hiking, life in Albania, budgeting in Albania, things like that.
And then recently I did 2 videos on the snow here. We did some walks through the snow, which were beautiful, scenic walks. So yeah, I think everyone in the comments is already on my channel. So
yeah, probably. These are all familiar names.
Yeah.
We appreciate you all being with us.
Yeah, we do.
So yeah, we'll move on to the subject matter at hand. As I take a little sip of the local vino here.
This is really good. Do you know which one this is?
It's red. I don't know the varietal. Okay. It's probably, more than likely, it's a blend. It's definitely a house wine. Yeah, anybody, I'm seeing some comments here. Anybody who's interested in the house, my contact information is in the description below.
John's interested in it as well.
And
well, yay.
Yay, yeah. So that would be great. I'm trying to get into real estate a little bit here, so I need like a regular job. So I think that's a good avenue for me. So yeah, so today we're talking about alcohol in Albania, and as I said in the beginning, Albania is technically a majority Muslim country. The thing is, there's also a lot of Orthodox Christians here and some Catholics as well, particularly on the coast, and a lot of people who are non-believers, and a lot of people who will say they're Muslim or Christian, but they don't really take it very seriously, so to speak. And that is because for decades, Albania was officially an atheist country, and the dictatorship, which was horrible here, outlawed all religion, and they were notorious for destroying churches and mosques and really barring the people from engaging in any kind of religious activity, which destroyed a lot of cultural monuments here, which makes me really sad. I'm not a religious person, but I really appreciate the cultural and historical nature of churches and mosques that exist in this country, and a lot of them were destroyed. And I go through some of that in some of my videos. Yeah. So, yeah, I see Dan wants to know if this is gout-free red wine. Let's hope so, Dan.
I will say Craig has been really, really good about his diet for a while. You put in, since the gout flared up until like yesterday, he was super strict about your low acid,
consumption of any
no
meat
alcohol, no meat, So these last 2 days, he's kind of fallen off the wagon.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm doing today's live stream on alcohol, so it was important for me to have a little red wine. But yeah, I'll be taking a break from it again, drinking my Jack and Coke.
Not so into wine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll segue into that a little bit. Liquor here is relatively popular, but it's mostly something that's called rakia, which is basically it's a liquor that's usually made from grapes, but they also make it from plums.
When we visited the distillery here, the guy said, anything, just bring me anything. Any fruit. they'll ferment it and turn it into alcohol. I don't know how true that is. Anything.
No, I think that's true. They'll use apples. Grapes are the primary, but then I'd say plums, and then apples, and what was the other thing? The little
cherry?
Probably cherry too.
Yeah.
The little blueberries on like the evergreen plant. The name's escaping me right now.
Juniper?
Juniper, yes. This is why I take notes. Yeah, so they do.
I didn't know they made juniper rakia.
Yeah. Huh. So they'll like they'll make rakia on anything apparently.
Yeah, I guess so.
So that's the big liquor here, and sometimes it's clear like a vodka, and other times they'll age it in oak barrels. I've seen it a few different ways, and you're not a liquor drinker, and I'm not really either. But as a male in this culture, it's hard to go anywhere and have a relationship with someone, including like just going into a store to buy a couch. Like the guy wants to like bring out the rakia bottle and do it. It's just part of the culture here.
Yeah.
And again, I said it's technically a majority Muslim country, but everyone drinks here. Like I said, they don't take it too seriously. A lot of Christians and Muslims want to marry. And if you ask somebody, what's your religion? They'll say, my heritage is Muslim or Christian. But because this country was atheist for so many years, they aren't really practicing. There are mosques and there are churches that people attend, but the vast majority of people, whether you're Muslim or Christian, will drink rakia and eat bacon and all that sort of thing. So it's not that big a thing.
Yeah.
And you even been given. It's not as common for females to get rakia here, but you've had it a few times.
Yeah, it's not as common, which is good because it's too strong for me. It's very strong for me. But it's more in the male culture that when you're interacting or transacting that you'll get rakia, or like even when we would frequent some of our coffee shops in the morning, it wasn't uncommon for you to be offered a shot of rakia just because they were just trying to show their appreciation.
Yeah, it's very common.
It's not super common for them to do that to women. I think I see Alessi Scrabble Buddy says, I don't drink. Is it considered rude if you turn down a drink offered by someone? I need to learn to say no thank you. I'm a train wreck when I drink in Albanian.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can get them to understand, because that's not a typical thing. Maybe tell them that you're a devout Muslim or something. There are definitely people here who don't drink, but the vast majority of people do, and it is a very standard thing.
Yeah, I would say maybe befriend an Albanian, ask them how they would approach that. Like, how would you say no politely? That is interesting.
Given your name, I assume you're a female, so it's much less of an issue for you.
Much less.
So I don't think you'll run into that. Whereas me, it's hard for me to go have breakfast or to go to a store and buy something without part of that being a cup of espresso and a rakia, and often I'll be offered a cigarette as well.
Yeah.
the standard Albanian breakfast is coffee, a cigarette, and a
Dan
rakia.
says rakia, the breakfast of champions.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly. It's a thing here. It's a huge thing here. It's
and I just don't understand how they start their day with a rakia and then they function normal. I would be done.
Well,
it is really strong.
According to Albanians, rakia will cure everything from a broken heart to a broken leg.
Yes.
And it's just part.
And it gets the blood moving in the morning.
Gets the blood moving.
Your blood's not moving until you have
you have
rakia.
a rash, rub some rakia on it and sit and have some. And the standard thing, it'll come in a shot glass, but you don't want to take it as a shot because that actually is considered rude.
Yeah. So that's an interesting thing. You're supposed to sip it because it looks like a shot to us and we're used to but if you do that, they're going to refill it. And I guess that's seen as a sign of you trying to either say you don't have time for them, like you don't want to spend time with them, so you're shooting it, trying to show them you don't have time, or it's a gesture to show that you're manlier than someone else. Yeah,
so it's considered rude. It's a sipping drink. You want to take your time with it. The idea, when this is one of the kind of the nice things about it, is that because they don't want it to be like, I can pound this down, or I'm just going to have a drink and I'm going to move on with my life, because you want it to be like, I'm going to take some time to spend with you, and it's almost seems to me it's almost always coupled with an espresso. So we'll sit down, maybe have a smoke, not me, but standard here, and have an espresso, and then just gently sip a rakia for 15 minutes or so, and trust me, it's strong. You don't want to shoot rakia. It's a lot like shooting vodka. It's very high test, and a lot of it is made locally. So most of the rakia I have received here has been in a used water bottle. And that is you can buy it in the store in glass from a refinery or whatever, but often or distillery rather. it'll be in like you'll buy
That's
it
the
in like
only way I've ever seen
a
it.
used water
Yeah.
bottle or used Coke bottle or something like that.
When I moved into my apartment and I was cleaning out the cabinets, I found an old Fanta bottle up in the cabinets,
That's
and I
right.
opened it up. I'm like, that's rakia.
Yeah, it's very, very standard here. It's extremely ubiquitous and like I said, it's a majority Muslim country, but everybody seems to drink this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point where my village, every village I know of, including mine,
Mm-hmm.
there is a shed somewhere in the village where there's somebody who makes the rakia.
Mm-hmm.
And so I grow grapes and I make wine. And then when you're done making your wine, you have all the grape must and stuff left over.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't done this yet. Last year I just used it as fertilizer.
Mm-hmm.
But now I know that I need to have somebody that has a vehicle come pick up my barrels full of grape must, and you
Mhm.
drive it to this shed, and they'll have this big vat,
Mhm.
and they'll dump it in there, and for some nominal charge, they'll make you a bunch of rakia over your leftover grape must.
Yeah.
Or plums or apples or like she said earlier, whatever fruit you can get your hands on, they'll make a rakia out of it. And they do taste different. I'm not a liquor person. I really like wine, but I'm not big into liquor. Some rakias I've actually really enjoyed. It's like, oh, this is kind of nice. And other ones, like I literally have a bottle I hate so much. I only use it to get sticky stuff off of things. I use it as like a solvent, and it actually works really well for that. It's so strong. And you do have to be careful if you know anything about distilling. It's one of the things that makes me nervous about going to the shed in the village. Although they know what they're doing,
Mhm.
been doing this for centuries. But you have to be really careful because anybody who knows distilling knows you have heads and you have tails. And the heads, which is the first part that comes out of the still, is a methyl alcohol,
Mhm.
and it's extremely toxic. So if you have, if you're trying to make rakia the first time at home or whatever, you have your little chemistry set, you have to be really careful and you have to know what you're doing because you can kill yourself. I think as little as 10 milligrams of methyl alcohol will actually make you go blind permanently. So, or milliliters rather.
What?
Yeah. So it's,
I didn't know that.
So, people who know, and it's not just rakia, it's any kind of distilled alcohol. You have to know what you're doing.
I know that.
You take the heads, you let those bleed off, and then so you don't have any methyl alcohol left.
Mhm.
And because it's in every alcohol, there's methyl, there's tiny minute amounts. You don't want to concentrate that. So when you first start, it's more volatile than ethyl alcohol. So the methyl alcohol will evaporate first, and that comes out in your heads, and then you just throw that out.
Okay.
Or a really good distillery will run it over and over again to get every little bit of ethanol out of it. But I would like to think that the guys in the shed are just discarding the what's called the heads.
Interesting.
And then after that you'll have the ethyl alcohol, and that's the good stuff. That's the rakia that you want. And then at the end you'll start boiling off some more tannins and some other things that you don't want. So it's that sweet spot in the middle. So
you know a lot about this.
Well, I used to distill things for a living.
Okay.
I mean, I have chemistry in my background, so
I didn't know you could kill yourself if you made your alcohol wrong.
Absolutely, yeah. And anybody who's ever done this or has studied like moonshining or anything like that, you really got to know this. So
interesting.
You could have a real bad day. You don't just
sounds like
set up the still and then light the burner and then just take everything that comes out of there and drink it, because that will
kill you.
It could potentially kill you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you light it up.
I will not be making any alcohol.
You take what they call it the heads or the first cut,
Mm-hmm.
and that is basically trash. And then you get your nice body of ethanol, which is the good alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And then you cut that. That's your main cut. You put that aside and you bottle it. Sometimes you'll double distill it if you want to refine it and increase the alcohol content even more. And then you have your tails, which is the last thing that comes out. And that'll be tannins and some other secondary plant compounds that you don't want. And so you'll discard that as well. So yeah, it's
interesting.
Michelle says self-embalming. Yeah, you don't want to self-embalm yourself. Yeah, I think even like the tails will even have like a little bit of formaldehyde in it and things like that. So
oh my gosh,
you really need to know what the hell you're doing. Yeah, it's a big thing.
surprised I've never heard all this before. Because in like Ohio, a lot of people make their own wine and stuff just as a hobby.
Making wine's different.
Oh,
Because
really?
you're not distilling. Wine isn't a distilled product. It's just fermented. If you take that wine and then you put it in a still and boil it, and you start pulling off the constituents, that first constituent is going to be
Deadly.
methyl alcohol, which is
Okay.
deadly, or best case scenario, you could potentially go blind forever with as little as 10 milliliters, is my understanding.
Wow.
Which is not much.
That's terrifying.
It is. It's a little terrifying. So, yeah. But, like I said, the people...
Well, we all learned something today.
People here who make rakia have been making it for centuries. They know what they're doing. And yeah, so if you have a bunch of grape must or leftover apples, or you take the apples that fell on the ground, maybe got a little wormy or whatever, you throw them in a bin, you take them to the guy with the shed in your village, and he'll distill them off and make you you bring your plastic used water and Coke bottles, and they'll fill them up with rakia for you, and you've got your rakia.
Nice.
So, we have any questions or comments regarding the rakia thing?
Let's see.
And like I said, it comes in all different forms, all different fruits. Sometimes they will age it in oak barrels, which will chill it down a little bit, give it a little extra flavor, which is I kind of prefer.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of times it'll just be a water bottle, and then you have to sniff it because you think it's like you might have a few of them in your house.
I know someone who
like,
did that. They thought it was water and took us through.
You got to make sure it's not water. Yeah.
Going back a little bit, Dan says our Muslim taxi driver gave us a bottle of raki.
Right. Yeah. Very, very, very common here. It is a big part of the culture, and less so is beer.
Yeah. You don't see as much of that.
You do see you do see a lot of beer here, but it's not like wine and rakia are.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a typical Mediterranean thing. Beer tends to be Northern Europe, where Southern Europe tends to be wine and then some distilled spirits. But we do have a brewery here in town. I can't remember the name of it in Albanian, but it's basically grandpa, like granddad's or grandpa's beer.
Translation.
Yeah, and they make a really fabulous wheat beer. It's just super smooth. If you like wheat beers or Weiss beers, if you want to go the German route, really, really good. And that's here in Pogradec that they make that.
Nice.
And they also make an IPA. I hate IPAs, so I never drink them. I got one on accident once.
Is this the word Jishi?
Yeah, Jishi.
Jishi. Grandpa.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
So yeah, if you're ever in Pogradec and you want a beer and you want to drink something local, then the Jishi or the Grandpa beer, the yellow label is their wheat, and they have an orange label, and that is that's the IPA, which I do not like IPAs at all. I can't drink them. I think they're horrible, but a lot of people love them. So it might be worth your while to try that. Gyoshi.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Corch has a good beer too.
So yeah, that's going to be the next thing I was going to bring up is Corcha, which is the nearest big city to us. It's about 35, 40 minutes down the road. They make a fantastic beer that's actually exported worldwide. You could even, when I was in Maine, I actually had a guy came into the business I was working in, and he had a Corcha beer shirt.
No kidding.
Yeah. He was a beer distributor. He's like, oh, yeah, so we distribute this beer. And I was really surprised to see that, and I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Corcha is down the road. They have a huge brewery, and you can take tours. Unfortunately, you have to there's a threshold of the group number. So I went by myself once, and so I wanted to make a video and wanted to do a tour. And they're like, oh, you got to have. We're not doing a tour for one person.
Yeah.
So,
do you know what the minimum is?
I don't. I imagine we need to go UI and Jesse.
How much is it for one person? Because if it's affordable, maybe we can buy the group and just do the tour. That way we can record without bothering people.
Yeah, that would be fun. I don't remember. I want to say €8, but I think
that's not bad. We could probably pay for the group.
Yeah, and I don't know if you get a free beer with that or not, but
I would hope so.
That'd be nice. They do have.
I expect it.
my parents and I, we went there, and the brewery was actually closed that day because we wanted to do a tour. It was probably a Sunday or something like that. But there is a brewery restaurant, and that was open. And we had some snacks and some beers, and it was really good. So we hear a kitten over there.
Yeah, that kitten sounds angry. Someone's trying to play with it. Oh, it's the owner. He's playing with the kitten.
So we're at one of our favorite local bars here, which is Sherlock's, and they have a kitten here that we love. If you watched Andrea's channel before you chimed in on ours,
he terrorized us.
Yeah, he's half the reason we come here is to see our kitten.
Yeah, we love him. And I love that they can just bring in animals like that. It just showed up here one day, and they just kept it and started feeding it. And it's the bar kitten now. And they have an older cat here, too, as well.
Yeah, the older cat's nice as well.
Yeah.
Sat on my lap before. I liked it. But yeah, so Corcha beer, named after the city it's in, which is Corcha, which is about 30 minutes down the road. And it is ubiquitous. You see it. A lot of people do drink it. Like I said, it's really
good. I really like it.
It is really good, and it's a blonde beer.
Yeah, I don't drink it too much because I get toasted really fast, but the taste is really good.
Yeah, and it is a wine and rakia culture, but people do drink beer. Yeah, and it's normally a Corcha, or the Grandpa beer here in town. Those are really popular. One of the things about Corcha, it's a little bit of a disappointment to me, is they also make a dark beer, which is really, really good.
I haven't tried it yet.
Well, maybe one of the reasons you haven't tried it is because you can't get it anywhere.
Because you don't find it, yeah. I mean, you've tried to find it when we're out, and I was like, oh, I'll try that with you, and they never seem to have it. I try
and order it everywhere we go, and they're like, oh, we don't have it. Now, the Taverna Aranci said they're going to start stocking it. So that's cool. But the point I'm making is that people do drink beer here, but it only seems to be blonde beers. Corcha makes this fantastic dark beer, and I think they make it primarily for export because Albanians seem to like the blonde and the wheat beer. Yeah. Wheat beer is my favorite anyway, but I do like a good dark beer once in a while.
Oh yeah, me too.
And the Corcha is superb. I even sometimes you find it in the grocery store here, but even then it's hard. They'll have this huge beer selection. They'll have a Corcha in like multiple different sizes, glass, aluminum, 12 ounce, 15 ounce, or 16 ounce, whatever. But it's actually pretty rare to find the dark Corcha, which is superb.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it. The guy's messing with his cat over there.
So it's one of the interesting things that I guess, and chime in if you're Albanian and you're watching this, or you know somebody who might have a insight into this. Is it that Albanians just don't really seem to like dark beer?
Even though they connection.
Even though they're making it locally, it's really strange.
Yeah, you did find the store was selling it here.
Yeah, and
at least once.
I find it once in a while in the grocery store, and I do have one in my refrigerator. And I haven't drank it because of my foot situation, even though I'm drinking wine now. But in very, very, very moderate, very moderate drinking of wine. But since we're doing a whole live stream on alcohol in Albania, I kind of thought it was appropriate. Is there any questions or anything?
No particular questions. Feel free to put them in the
somebody
comments.
Said you do get a free beer.
Oh, yay.
Oh, good.
Good to know, Jason.
So if you do the tour at the Corcha Factory, you get a free beer. And then if you want more, I guess you can go to the restaurant bar afterwards and get one of those really good dark beers. I highly recommend it. The blonde is fantastic. The dark is fantastic. But get the dark so that we can make it more popular here.
Yeah.
You want to see more of that dark Corcha beer around. That would be really good.
Dan says he had a darkish beer yesterday at Rizi I Zaneva.
Oh, do you know what the brand was, Dan?
Certain I butchered that.
Yeah, you almost never see dark beer here, ever.
Yeah.
It's always blonde, and it's always good, but a good dark beer, a nice brown lager is really nice once in a while.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Especially this time of year. So hopefully he'll chime in and let us know if he remembers what brand it is. It might be the Corcha Dark. Corcha is very popular here. There are there's a couple other beer brands. I know there's a brewery in Tirana.
Yeah. But there's a lot of wine too, like
Well,
local wine.
Yeah, we'll get into wine next.
They called it draft.
it may very well made in Corcha, and I can't think of the names of the other beers that are brewed here in Albania. I think it's like Elban is one of them.
Yes.
ELBAN.
Yep. That's a good one too.
Yeah, and there's maybe one or two others, and I think those others are in Toronto. We've got Corcha down here in our neck of the woods, and we have the Grandpa beer here.
Toronto beer.
Elban, yes. Yep. Oh, and Toronto beer. Yeah, that actually is a beer that is just Toronto beer.
Yeah.
So, and they're all good. No Bud Light here. So.
It's an agro-tourism farm, so they probably made it on site.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's a lot of it. Jason says he likes Corcha best. Yeah, I'll say I like the local Grandpa best because I like wheat beer, but Corcha is a close second, especially in the dark. It's really good. All right, so we'll move on to
transition to wine.
Yeah, this will be the final subject of tonight's alcohol-centric live stream. Gazor, again, is the equivalent of cheers.
We have backup glasses of wine
here in Albania. Yeah,
behind the camera.
So wine is super ubiquitous. I have my own. I have an orchard, and part of the orchard is a vineyard. So I've got all the apple trees in the orchard itself, and then all of my fencing is covered in wine grapes of a couple different varieties. And I make my own wine, which I really enjoy doing. Didn't get much this year, but last year I got a ton of wine.
And I helped. This is my first winemaking experience.
It was very nice to have you. We picked the grapes, we stomped them, we put them in the barrel, and I still need to bottle it. So
how long is it time to bottle? Or
it's like past time to bottle. Hopefully it hasn't gone to vinegar yet, but I'm hoping the cold weather has taken care of that.
Well, then we'll have a lot of vinegar.
Yeah. I did bottle some of it because my neighbor gave me some of his wine, so I rushed over and filled a couple bottles and brought him a couple bottles of my wine.
How do you bottle it?
Well, there's different ways, but basically you want to pull it out of the barrel, and I have a filter, and you can filter out the bad stuff, and then you can put it into a secondary fermenter if you want to up the alcohol a little bit more. It just kind of depends on where it's at. Last year I didn't need to do that. It all came straight out of the primary barrel. It's in there for maybe 60 days before I started bottling it. It came out really good. A lot of people shared it with a lot of people. Yeah, it was really good. They all really liked it. I was really happy with it, and I still have some of it left from last year. I had so much wine, and I gave a lot of it away, and I drank a lot of it myself. Probably how I developed my gout problem. Because when you have 100 bottles of wine at your house, it's like, oh yeah, make dinner, open a bottle of wine, and when you're cooking and you're working on things, all of a sudden it's like, oh, my bottle's empty. So yeah, I really need to cut back on that. So that's one of those things. But it's very common here. A lot of people make their own wine, and as I was saying, when you're done making it, you have the grape must. Then you can take that to your shed in the village, and they'll make rakia for you, and then you have your rakia as well, which I have not done yet. Not a huge rakia fan, but I really, really enjoy the wine. Yeah. And you mostly drink white wine, and I don't have any of that.
Yeah, well, I'm drinking mostly red now. It's just in the summer, I don't like to drink too much red. It makes my face hot.
Makes your face hot. I've never heard before, but I believe you.
Thank you. Now that it's winter, it doesn't bother me so much. But yeah, when I drink red wine, I just feel like hot. And the summer here was just so hot and miserable. I just stuck with my white wine all summer. Yeah.
So the wine here is really fantastic. As some of you know, we're in Pogradec, and that's right on the border with North Macedonia. And honestly, the best wine I've ever had in my life came from North Macedonia.
Yeah, they have really good wine there. And I didn't get to try the one you're talking about, right?
No, and there's a reason for that. We'll get into that in a second. So,
but the other ones that we did try there are really good. Like the Alexandria wine, love all their wines.
So there is a wine, I think it's Tivis Winery in North Macedonia, and they make a wine called I had it in my head. I was just going to say it before I tried to think of the name of the winery. I think it's Bodva. I think the name of the wine is Bodva.
Okay.
And I've gotten it there a few times.
Familiar. I mean, that sounds familiar.
I bought it for my uncle, who is he's a foodie and a connoisseur of wines. And I bought a bottle for him for Christmas, I think the year before last. And I bought a bottle for my parents for Christmas online and had it shipped to their houses in Florida. And then my parents had it with me when they were here. Everybody I've ever shared it with has said this is the best wine they've ever had in their life. It is so good. And again, it's Bodva if you can find it. And it was reasonably priced, and we really enjoyed it. So I wanted to share it with Andrea last time we were in North Macedonia. And I went to go buy a bottle, and now it was 60 euros a bottle, which in like if you can afford it, it's worth it. I mean, it's that good.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to try it sometime.
That's not in our budget.
Yeah.
I think in the past it was like 20 euros a bottle.
Yeah.
I think I bought it for my parents for $19 online a couple of years ago. Apparently they've discovered that they have like this amazing red wine, and they have pumped the price way up on it. But if you ever come across the bottle of Bodva wine from North Macedonia, highly recommend it. Super good. We have some. I see you're smiling.
Yeah. John says, "What's the wine choice of Hedgehog?" I've already forgotten his name. It's so funny that you asked, because prior to us starting the live stream, I was talking about buying him a little wine glass. So thank you for playing along with my shenanigans.
His name is Rico.
His name is Rico.
Yeah, Rico.
So we don't know yet. We don't know what Rico's wine of choice is yet.
Well, I'm going to assume red. I'm just going to go with red because that's my wine of choice. And yeah, he's our buddy.
Yeah.
So yeah, wine is a really big thing here. A lot of people make their own wine. There's lots of wineries around. There's Pelium, which is up the road, just over the mountain from Pogradec, and they have a really nice operation. They have a really great vineyard.
Yeah.
They make at least 5 to 8 varieties. I'm not sure, and white and red. So they have a really professional operation over there.
There's a Corcha wine, right?
There's Corcha.
There's one called Corcha. There's
one called Corcha.
And isn't that what we normally get?
We normally get that. It's one of my favorites. They have it's the Mavro, which is an indigenous grape here. In Greece, it would be Xena Mavro, which is basically means like a very black wine, or very black grape. And it is a really dark grape, and it's a really dark wine, and it is just absolutely delicious. And it's like $4 a bottle here, I think.
Yeah,
Now the Pelium wine, that's like $18 to $20 a bottle. And they're more bougie. It's more fancy of an operation over there.
Yeah.
We haven't been there yet, but I think this summer we'll
buy it a few times.
We'll go maybe do a little tour of that winery.
That would be fun.
A tasting or something. That would be a lot of fun. Do a video. Yeah.
John says Rico looks like a shot man to me. Just saying.
I don't know. Good old Rico.
Yeah, I did. This is off topic, but I went on Temu and I found clothes for Rico, including a little camera that we're gonna strap on him so that he can match Craig. I'm gonna look and see if they have like a little wine glass too that we can get him.
So I got Andrea all these thoughtful gifts for Christmas: air fryer.
I will never grow up.
A nice German chef's knife, and I threw in the stuffed hedgehog Rico.
You got me this beautiful necklace.
And got her this beautiful sapphire stone, and like everything's Rico. The $7 stuffed hedgehog I got on Temu, and now she's like she's literally looking to buy clothes and accessories for it. Wish I would have bought you like 100 Ricos.
That's all I need for Christmas.
So next year, all you're getting is stuffed animals.
I am okay with that.
So I'm going to say that Rico's a wine guy. I mean, that's just, or, that's...
I think it's going to depend what I can find on Temu in the doll clothing, which is probably nothing alcohol related, but who knows?
We'll see. So, yeah, alcohol is a big part of the culture. Wine is a huge part of the culture, and everyone's making wine. Like, you walk around my village, and you can't throw a rock without hitting a grapevine.
Yeah.
When I bought my house, I was really excited about the fact that I have a little vineyard, and I can make my own wine. But it's like I think Aliaz might be the only person I know who doesn't have wine grapes.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think if you're on Alyaz, chime in and let me know if you have wine grid. But he usually watches our live streams after the fact.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very ubiquitous here. Wine is a huge thing, mostly red, but white too. You see white wine as well.
You do, but you're right, mostly red, I would say.
Yeah. And it's Merlot, Cabernet, Syrah, and then the Mavro or Zino Mavro.
Yeah.
Which is one of the indigenous local varieties that doesn't really grow outside of this region of the world. And it's, like I said, it's literally translates like black. So it's a really dark grape, and it's a dark wine. And it's very smooth, and it's a great winter wine.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. Yeah, and like when you do see whites, it's usually a Chardonnay. I think there's Riesling. I've seen some Rieslings here as well.
Yeah.
But not.
I don't feel like I see that many Chardonnays, but I don't.
More Riesling, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because that's more of a German grape, but apparently they grow it down here. So yeah, it's a big thing. Like everybody's making wine, everybody's making rakia, and people are drinking beer as well from breweries. I don't know of any like home brewing. I don't think that's a thing here. A lot of home wine making, lots of home rakia, or not home rakia making, but village rakia making.
Yeah.
Home brewing, maybe in Tirana. But
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think
I've
that's
never heard of it.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we love the wine culture here. It's very inexpensive. If you go to a restaurant, you order a glass of red wine, 90% chance they made it themselves. Maybe 100% chance. Unless you order a specific varietal off the menu. If you just say, I want a glass of red, it'll be something that they made themselves.
Yeah.
Even when I go to, there's a duck place in town, and they're a farm-to-table restaurant that raises ducks and stuff locally. They have their white wine is something they make themselves.
Yeah.
It's really good. I'm not a white wine drinker, but pretty tasty.
Yeah. Everything they serve there is really good.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions or comments?
No. The last one was about Rico.
Everybody loves Rico.
Yeah.
Including us. So yeah, I think we'll start to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the thing is, what it's like here. Again, quote unquote Muslim majority country, even though it's not really practiced very often, but almost everybody drinks. It's a very common thing. You will find in the stores that they do have fake beer, or what we used to call near beer.
Like the 0% beers?
The 0% beers.
Like the O'Doul's type of thing?
Like O'Doul's, exactly.
Yeah.
I think Bavaria makes one, and it's
I didn't know that.
And that's, so there are practicing Muslims here. I don't want to be like, all the Muslims who drink, because that's not true. There are people who do take that more seriously and abstain from alcohol and pork and so forth. But most of them, in my experience, will drink alcohol. It's just, it is, the rakia and wine are huge parts of the culture here, and it's just how it is. So yeah, that's kind of our little synopsis on drinking alcohol in Albania.
Jason says, good show. Always interesting learning about Albanian culture with y'all. We really appreciate you being here.
We appreciate all of you. And one of these days we'll do a rakia tasting. That would be a good live stream. Wait till my foot's better.
Then we'll find out what Rico really likes.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate it.
You.
We appreciate all your support. And yeah, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. And also Andrea's channel, New Life Albania. Please like and subscribe. Really appreciate y'all being here and joining us for this evening. And yeah, I see some of the comment. People are interested in that house that might be for sale in my village, or it probably is for sale in my village. And so that's good when I go and tell them, we're going to do the photography and everything. I'll be like, I already have potential buyers.
Nice.
I need to draw up a contract so I get my cut.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, not in the mirror.
Not in the mirror.
Which is good night in Albanian. And thanks for joining us. It's always a pleasure. And good night.
Night.